Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rolling Conley stream. That's R only, C only. Got it? Good. I'm Justin, your lovely host here in the land of Rolling Conley, and we are live in New Chirp City. This is part 6 of my tutorial city that we're building from the ground up, as they say, and we've come a long way here. And today, I want to finish building out this neighborhood and, of course, expanding further. We want to expand the community college a little further and get over into this new area we've unlocked. We've got a lot of frontier wilderness there, and we're going to play with some industrial areas. We've got this industry neighborhood here, the district, but we don't have the industrial area like the park areas. I'll show you how to do that. It's a lot of the same concepts as the academics and the park areas, so if you watch those other tutorial videos on either my Twitch or YouTube channels at Ronly Conley, that's R only, C only. One more time, I'm going to tell you again. But I'm glad you're here with me. Thank you for being here with me. It really means a lot. I feel flattered. I'm just trying to help people have no traffic or limited traffic and encourage their creativity with city skylines. So thanks again for being here. I'm hoping this teaches you something, or that you just enjoy hearing the sound of my own voice, because I sure do. Alright. So one of the first things I wanted to do today is create a new bus route that gets into this little dip that we've created. We've got an office park here, so let's just start there, work our way down the main line, so then we know a lot of people probably might want to go to the park. We'll get it there. We know they're probably going to want to go to the school, so we're just going to pop a stop right there, cut through the middle. That's just how I like to do it. Create a shorter route for somebody who wants to go in between rather than to and fro. And of course, this is it probably could be better if I planned it out a little more, but this is about all I really want to do right now. So now I'm going to take it up one more time. We're going to zag through there. Come on, pop a stop. There we go. Look at that. We can check that one off the list. Give yourself a pat on the back. You deserve it. It'll be like you're patting me on the back. And don't I deserve it? No. A bus route's easy enough. As you've seen, it seems we had a fire on our college campus, which is devastating, truly, because let's take a look. Our attractiveness level has tanked. And I don't really know how to fix that. I think it's either a glitch or they really want you to not be able to recover quickly. And we're also losing students because of it. That's excellent. I wonder, though, if I destroy this building, if it will, and replace it outright, if that improves the attractiveness. Let's try it. Alright. This is an experiment. Live on Ronly Conley. We're going to find out something new for me. So I know you thought I was an expert who knew everything, and I'll tell you again, I don't know everything, but I'm glad you're here with me nonetheless, because I do know some things. So, what is this called? Trade School Study Hall. Okay, I'm going to pause it. And here we go. Study Hall is what I want. There we go, and bingo. Now let's take a look. No difference to the attractiveness level. So, we'll hope we didn't throw things off, but we tested our hypothesis and proved that I know nothing. But once again, thank you for being here. We're having fun. I'm having fun. I hope you're at least mildly entertained. Otherwise, what's the use? Okay, and I tossed around the idea last week of putting another metro line out around this main area also, but thinking in terms of the spokes of the wheel, we're really probably going to need a new centralized point, because it can't literally all be one wheel. I mean, it could, but that's a bigger project. I'm not thinking that comprehensively right now. I'm just thinking about what can we do for this area. We have at least that bus route that connects with the subway and the other bus lines. So that's one good thing we have going for us. Part of me is tempted to use these DLC metro stations. Maybe at least start out with the dual island. Now this one doesn't have the... I don't know why this sunken bypass has a big green value to it, and the other ones don't. Some of the train stations do, but then again, not all of the train stations. I don't know. I don't get it. That's beyond me. It might not be a terrible idea to put one of these, but the slope, I wish it was not too steep. That might not be a terrible place. You know, as they say, we could do worse than just pulling the trigger. If I know that's going to be an office area centralized, probably put an exit off the highway there soon. Yeah, let's do it. We'll tell last week Justin that he can eat it. Yeah, mass transit, baby. My brother invited me to play Fortnite. Now, I doubt he expected me to bring you along, so you'll pardon me if I don't let you watch me. And it's not that well, first of all, I'm not very good at Fortnite. I have days where I'm spectacular, but then it's all robots that I'm beating, so again, what's the point? But it drives me crazy. I get really frustrated. So, sorry, but that's the way it is. Some things that never change. Okay, so that kind of gives me a good excuse to just make all of these offices since there's such high demand. And it's going to be noisy. Sorry, guys. That's an odd one stop, but I guess I didn't expect it to have the subway there. I like the way the subway looks, though. It's got those nice glass elevators, nice concrete look, sleek, and you can build on top of them. Oh, I forgot about that. That's really my favorite part. Get a glimpse in there. I don't like that it takes up two sides of the road, but I'll take it if I can build in front of it. Your people will walk through sometimes. Okay, but we didn't connect the station. You're right. Thank you for that reminder. I appreciate you. And I might just kind of go through here, and maybe at some point, if there's enough activity, we'll add a metro stop. That's an idea. I really kind of want to not... I feel like I should get into this, though. And then I don't want to go that far, so we'll hook around. Okay. Maybe we'll put another station somewhere in the middle here. We don't have to commit yet. We don't have the budget. I mean, we've got $1.5 million in the bank. We could probably stand to cut taxes, to tell you the truth. But let's start with this new transit line on the metro. Look at that. It's simple. It's quick. It's what it needs to be. We'll give another one going the opposite way, just because we know this will be a central location, the hub, if you will, or one of them. I don't know about that lake, though. Could be fun. What do you think? We've got enough room. We could expand that way. If you think that's where we should go, then comment in the chat or something. Hopefully, I'll see it in time. Why are all these people abandoning their business? It's because there's not enough educated workers. Well, now that there's more transit options there, that will help address those issues because people can get there more conveniently. They don't have to drive. So your already established neighborhoods can get to those places more conveniently. As your neighborhoods become more established, they will become more educated. But every time you demolish a building and it has to be rebuilt, it's from scratch. They don't just adopt the existing population or education levels, none of that. It's all brand new. So that's one reason you don't want to destroy all of your city at once. Particularly if you're trying to do a scenario, which you can check out on my channel. I've got some other specific scenarios of City Skylines on the remastered console version. I forgot about this one skyscraper. It's at least connected to this area, but it's so funny that it gives the shade right to the pool. It sticks out like a big middle finger, and not in a nice way. Now, these office buildings will grow some. I think, yeah, King Square officially has a height limit, but these don't. And at some point, it'll become an IT park, or at least maybe the section over here will become that, and those are super tall. But I want to keep some dimension, so as it develops into, they level up into higher points, then there'll be taller buildings. But there will still be variation in how high they are. Excuse me. It's a lovely spring day here where I'm at today. I hope that the same can be said for you wherever you are, that you're having a lovely day, that the weather is the way you like it, and that you're staying hydrated and, taking a moment to relax a little bit. Some deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's always nice. You feel your body relax a little. So I'm glad you're here with me. This is a nice low-key game. I find so many games these days are just so much stimulation, and it's really overpowering sometimes. We've also got all this area over here. So I had talked about doing an industry area, so let's get started on that. We've got the same as in the park area. We've got the paintbrush tool to create your area. So you can see the chart on the left shows you the color code of each natural resource. So you can only really do farming on this fertile land area there. So not a lot of farming here in this map, maybe way out there if we wanted to expand that way. There's also ore over there. That's the blue trees. You can see our trees, forestry, and then we've got one big spot for oil. So I'm going to do that. It's nice and far away from our city, so the pollution won't be a real problem yet. I'm first going to make a road, because you have to, have a road. We'll put in a small roundabout, just so the exit can be good right from the outset. Use that pre-made asset, because my roundabouts can be real sloppy even with all the assistance. But that's fine. It doesn't really hurt my feelings. I'm aware of it. So you can take that, comment section. I really just want to know how far I'm going. I don't particularly care about where the actual piece goes, but I need it for the main building, oil industry main building. You kind of notice, first of all, I don't like that they show you the shade of the industry area, because you can't see where the where the oil is. But you can see how many barrels per week you'll be able to get in any given spot. If you're in the white zone, it's 0 barrels. So you're limited by the size of the oil pump at this point. But that can be easily, you want to kind of separate the pumps so they don't sap up all your money and your oil quickly in one small area. In fact, I've probably got too many pumps, but we've got a big area, so we could honestly just move them, and that'll cost some money, but in the long term we'll get the industry area that we need. Okay, so now it's connected, but it is not connected by roads. So where we're going, we unfortunately absolutely need roads. So I'm just going to move the pump and move the pump. There we go. Make sure my water is out that far. Of course not. And we're officially too far away for electricity to connect. That's one thing you do have to account for. Okay. Let us now connect to the highway. Now, this is just to have some connection. So this I am going to do from scratch, and that's just a personal preference rather than destroying the whole highway to get what I need. Sometimes it's nice to have these assisting guides on, but it's certainly not doing me any favors now. So I'm just going to turn them off. Get out of there. Thank you. Okay. Mainly just got to look out for where your pedestals are, or whatever, the columns. Oh, come on. There we go. That's not ideal because it was too close. You want to... I try to at least give 2 car lengths there. Eventually we'll have to make it probably 2 lanes and all that, but for now it'll be fine. I mean, that looks stupid. Oh, I'm so sorry you have to look at that. Oh, jeez. We're definitely going to fix that. Let me just take a quick screenshot of that. Oh, that's so funny. So terrible. The reason it's terrible is because it goes up and it has the hill. It looks like a roller coaster and not in a good way. I mean, never mind the fact that this hill is clearly too steep and curved. I kind of wish we would see somebody driving it. I guess I can drive it. Let's do it. Alright, it's a slow build here, so you gotta give me some slack here, but woo, boy! That's excellent. Oh boy, here we go. No, 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 no. It's great. That's why you don't put a hill like that on your interstate. But that'll be addressed. We'll address that later. I'm tempted to completely wipe that out, since I will want to connect to the city a little more directly, making it a big interchange. Maybe I'll just save that. Okay, so we've got our industrial area. What we need is some plants where they produce goods for these natural resources. You've got a storage tank, and you want that to be in a place where it's not going to have cause you a lot of traffic, because it will, as they all come to empty and fill that storage tank. They come all at once, so be ready for that. I'll probably have to move it or change the roads at some point. The thing about these medians, of course, is they don't... People don't make U-turns. They go all the way to the end of the literal end of the line. So I'm just arbitrarily making a grid so that they have a place to loop around. If they want to go to the plant, they don't have to go all the way to the end of the road. Which is good when they're going to deliver resources to our pyrolysis plant, where they make petroleum. And as this levels up, we'll unlock barracks, maintenance buildings, new, larger oil pumps, and rigs. So we just gotta let it go. It'll grow like the parks in the same way. Let's check in on our community college. Officially back down to recognized, but we should level up since we were at 450. I think that takes us back to the level that we started with. I'm going to do another research grant. Started one last time before it ended, so I wouldn't have to worry about it this time. Good planning for on our part for that, because it definitely happened. See how many people are using our dual island sunken station. 55 last week. Not too shabby. We'll, of course, need to do some expansion here. And we've reached the end of our city limits. Unless we buy that next area, so maybe I'll ignore somebody's comment if they said we should buy the lakefront property. But we already have some. And that's not our pain point at this point. This moment, I should say. You probably don't have to put this in if you want, if it's more important to have some open space to use and, you know, make a park area there maybe. Because it's just a little too narrow for a road. That's poor planning on my part, but that is more a result of the boundary. So perhaps we will expand over there. And we're going to make that the IT district. The only downside is that we don't have a major road for the highway exit over here. So, guess we ought to do that. We'll just do it right there. Boom. Turn off my stoplights, put in stop signs. In fact, what we can do, we don't have a lot of stop signs on this street, but we'll highlight the name here, and I say we rename it Bartholomew Boulevard. Is that how you spell Bartholomew? You're right. I'm going to leave it. I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but anyway, there you go. So making it a priority road. Let's take a look. Intersections. Why didn't they? Oh, sorry. I took it off accidentally. Excuse me. There you go. Look at those stop signs. They're beautiful. Oh, they're gorgeous. Gonna take that stop light off. I don't know why it decided to do it. Mind of its own. Okay, they need water. Oh no. How could I? I told you I always do this. Ah, jeez. I went right up to the edge. Okay, so, shoot, and it's on a corner. Ah, jeez, that is incredible. Okay, well, I guess that will take this tile. Got what you wanted. Lakefront property and the expansion. Could probably just rebuild all that since it's still building now, but that's okay. We'll keep that organic funkiness. And look at those super scrapers compared to the normal height. Of course, these are not leveled up all the way, but they will. They shall expand. And now that we've got this official area, I'm going to build the office park. And it's a unique building. Got this nice little cube stuff going on. Yeah, official. It's like a thought bubble or a skyscraper or rain cloud. What do you think it looks like? And look at those tall boys. Look at it go. Wow. A lot of times I like to also make the IT zone sustainable housing. So, self-sufficient, I mean. So we'll do that. Because it also makes the residential zones pretty. We'll just take up these spaces. We need some commercial stuff, so I'm just going to build a couple. I built it there for obvious reasons. Just connect those two. Just to provide a more convenient option for our Sims. Look at that. That's nice. I do want to change the trees. No, we gotta go with the purple. I'm a sucker. Come on, that purple and the green. Get out of here. It's great stuff, and you know it. In fact, this will show you. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's great. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Love that purple stuff. The whole neighborhood. Change from the pink trees. We could have zone over there. Well, we've probably made this subway station a lot more popular. 92, not terrible. Oh, but I still gotta build the interchange, huh? I could just make the regular interchange. I mean, the stock interchange, I should say. That angle is pretty ugly. Ugly stuff. Okay. Well, we'll just we'll be ugly, I guess. Well, it ain't as ugly as it could have been, and sometimes that alone is worth celebrating. So give yourself a pat on the back. It'll be like you're giving me a pat on the back, and we'll both feel good. It feels good to pat yourself on the back. Well, I want to thank you again for being here with me. It's nice to have you. And if you haven't already, please do hit that follow button if you're on Twitch. It'll really do you a favor because you'll, one, get me to shut up about it already. And for two, you will also get notified when I do go live, which tends to be on a pretty sporadic basis. And that's a result of the kind of work that I do in theater. It really all depends on what's running and where I'm working on and what phase of the project we're in. So I will be getting that soon. I will miss you all tremendously, but that's why you need to follow. So then you'll know when I do go live and we can all celebrate. It'll be like a little mini reunion, you know? That's assuming, of course, that you will miss me. So it's an assumption I'd like to make. You can also follow me on Instagram at RonlyConly. That's R-only-C-only. Got it? Good. Okay, we can't get in there anymore magically. I don't know how that happened. I could see it once, but oh well. Oh, nobody wants to buy the IT products. That's not good. I think it's the education. Yeah, it must be. Well, nobody's buying the other industry also, so maybe it is just I need more commercial. So let's do it. So when you see that yellow box, that means you need to have more commercial zones. It could also mean that you need a cargo train terminal. We've unlocked that now. I don't know where a train line is. There's one there, and that could be fun. Could be a headache. Oh, there's a rail there. We could go to the industry zone too. We've got good infrastructure there, but the cargo terminal does present a fair share of challenges on its own. But that will provide you a place to export those goods. Can also unlock a Haba cargo hub. But we've got to get to 44,000. That's a colossal city. And we're not even a grand city. We're just a big city. But it's okay to be just a big city. All big cities used to be small cities. I'm going to build this off that insert because traffic will then go, we can make it a one-way road and traffic will travel around the bend there. And here's why that's helpful. Because when you build a cargo train terminal, it's going to cause so much traffic in this area. Now, conveniently, we've got this roundabout, so we should be in a decent place. That interchange is probably definitely going to have to change. No joke in there whatsoever. It will probably have to be altered in some way because it's just going to be so filthy covered with trucks. So, again, I'm going to go ahead and make this a one-way road. I'm even going to go ahead and make it a 3-lane one-way road, and you will see why it's going the wrong direction, because of course it is. And why would it go the direction I changed it to? Of course it doesn't. But you really want it to go in this direction. If you're facing the train hub, you want it to go to the left. And the reason is because your trucks will turn right into that, right beside where the green truck is here. And then they'll come out ahead of that down the line. So the traffic flows the way it will out of this building. You can't change that. If you have a mod, you're on PC, congratulations, you can change that, I think. But you can't on console, as far as I know. And if there is a way and I just don't know it, please share it in the comments so everybody can stand to learn that. But we'll probably build another cargo station, cargo train terminal. Hub, excuse me. I lose my word there because it will help with the traffic to have some. But the fact that we built it close to the industry is a good sign that the bulk of the traffic will come naturally because that's the most convenient route from the industrial area. Now, these people will probably clog up the highway exit there, so that may be a potential problem. I could see adding another cargo station here. What is helpful is to have a line that goes from your internationally. So this one that we just created is connected to the outside, the regional rail network, but we want an intra-city line also that moves around us. So then there are trucks that will just go from one hub to the other in a loop. But that could help with minimize the truck lines also. So this is something I have not tried before, and in fact it is only, I mean, I have done it before, I mean, in terms of having the specific city line versus regional, but I have not specifically tried to have the have it designed this far in advance, specifically designed to transport industrial goods from the industry area to the cargo hub. Because see, look at this traffic; it's already a mess. It's stressing me out just looking at it. I'm not going to put any stop signs in there. We don't need that hassle. And look, they're like ants already. And there's people crossing the street, I guess, for some reason. Or no, it's just because traffic is so bad coming out of there. So you do have to account for that. I'm going to build another train terminal here. And a third, and we have plenty of money for it. So I'm actually going to run this from the tram line, because we can change that tram line a lot easier than we can building a whole new connection where none is really needed. Okay, I'm going to go straight across here and then right there. So there's a one-way street. This has to be a tram line road, so obviously we want it to be the tram line, and we'll put it. No, it needs to be one-way tram also. Two-lane one-way with tram tracks. There we go. Okay, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, sorry. That's the wrong one. Tram tracks. There we go. Look at that. That's beautiful. Great work. Thank you for believing in me. I'm going to take that stop sign off, or stop light off, because it's kind of dumb. Alright, so we were going to put in a train terminal here. Now this might get pretty crazy, and I'm telling you now, this is not something I've tried specifically before, so it could get pretty gnarly. So hang in there. We'll see how this goes, and if it sucks, we'll change it. That's the beauty of the game world. We're in New Chirp City. The sky is the limit. Actually, these city limit lines are the limits, but you get my point. Alright, so now we should have a new intra-city line of cargo transit. Of course, it will cause more traffic on this bridge, but we'll deal with that in a moment. Even if it means we make this a 4-lane road and connect a loop around, that actually might make sense to just go ahead and do that. We'll put stop signs at the end of either line there. And it just doesn't, I don't want all those people to have to go there. Look at that, it's already becoming a cluster. So we're taking that out. They'll probably more likely go that way. And even if they don't, we'll address that. But you just gotta give it a moment. As you can see, nobody's really coming this way yet, but there goes one. So I want to show you where he turns in. Of course, I didn't go there, but you see they come out there. My goodness, it's like you turn the spigot on and the water is just flowing out. It's crazy. So he's probably, yep, all right in there. Now, where are these people going? Right over there. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing. They literally go right there. So here we go. We're confirming something here on Rolling Conley. It's a mile marker day. that you want your intra-city line to go with your inter-city line in a loop like this, so your traffic limits to itself to this block. That's big. That's big. Of course, that doesn't help us much with this specific station, but look, it's already calmed down some. That traffic's going to be there just because the way that this kind of exit works, so, and partly because of the pedestrian traffic, but we won't get into that now. What we will do now is I will put it here, and I am going to take a break, a brief break, so do bear with me. Enjoy the lovely hypnotism of the traffic line, and I'll be back in just a moment. Gonna get some water. I recommend maybe you should get some water. It'd probably make you feel good. Stay hydrated. Alright, one moment. All right, my friends, I have returned. It's me, Justin, your affable host here on Only Conley. That's our only see only. Got it? Good. I'm glad you're here with me. We're doing some great work today. It's really exciting me, the things that I'm discovering along with you, even though I have been playing for, a year and a half now, but I've been playing these kinds of games for 15 years. And, so I really feel like I know a lot more in terms of how the traffic works and this sort of stuff. But the cargo train terminals with this game specifically are very tricky. As you can see, it's like a traffic bomb here. All of a sudden we have traffic just out the wazoo, but a lot of these cars are going in that loop there. So that's what we just learned. I'm glad you're here with me. I always do better when you're here with me watching. So I don't know if something about streaming, I always get good luck. So I'm glad you're here with me. You're helping me have a better time playing than I normally would. These strokes of inspiration come because you're watching along. So thank you for being here. Just going to zone some industry here because we do have such demand. And now that we have cargo terminals, it might as well expand our industrial area. Not to be confused with our industrial zone here in the oil field surrounding our train terminals. But we do have a 2-star oil field, so that means we can expand it with rigs and not just pumps. Now, I hate that they put us in here. I'm telling you, I can't see anything. But, you know, they didn't ask me. Just going to put these on the inside of our loop here. And the reason for that is because traffic is going to hang on that right side because that's the lane that they're all going to this cargo terminal. So it's something to keep in mind. And the way you level up your industrial areas, you can look at the info page. We've got produced resources. We've beat the 15,000. We just need more workers. That's the most difficult part, especially when you have these industry areas far away from your residents. You have to connect public transport or build some barracks. Now, the barracks are good because they give, your workers a place to stay, and that's nice. They do have a limit of 40 workers. They boost efficiency because everybody can just walk to work. I like to keep these even in some of the oil industry areas I've done before. I've kept the barracks there even after the pumps have gone away because we've sucked up all the oil in town, and maybe we've kept some of the factories open. But I like that. Please excuse the Amazon truck outside. It's a terrible sound. Truly terrible. It scares me every single time I hear it. I don't know why they make that sound instead of the beeping. I apologize if you couldn't have, if you couldn't even hear it. But anyway, I like the way the barracks look. You can't change this asset to be a residential for your city. I don't think it functions in that way. That seems a little convoluted. But what do I know? But in my brain, it becomes converted into residential zone. That's in my brain, my internal narrative that I make up because I'm a creative person, and I hope you'll try to be creative like that too. It makes it a lot more fun for me, makes it a little bit more just animated in general. I feel like there's something going on outside of just what I'm specifically doing at any given moment. Should not put a tree line road in a polluted spot because they're going to look ugly. Like that. Look at that. They're just dead. I mean, it's foolish of me to put the... Yeah, we got the paintbrush out. Just paint a nice stripe. What stinks about the the additional lanes is that you don't get to put in any decorations on the sidewalk. Alright, so we need 30 more workers, give or take. We're steadily climbing because we've got those barracks now. So in just a few seconds, maybe 2 minutes, we'll have a level 3 oil field. Ooh, someone has dropped something at my door. Hold on 1 second. Oh boy, the Amazon truck was for me. That's so sweet. I take it back, but no, I don't. I don't take it back. It does still sound. It's a terrible sound that those trucks make. This helps some with the traffic because you give an additional way to go. So as I've talked before, if you haven't seen it already, please do go check out those part 1, part 2 to know how traffic flows is important. You got to think of it like water. All right, this is the drainage system. You want as many points for it to drain as possible. I'm thinking like a river, not like plumbing wise, because plumbing wise, that may be different. I don't know. I'm not a plumber. But with traffic, it's like water coming down. You want it to spread out more so it doesn't flood one area, and then so that's it. You're stymieing the flood. And this interchange is not great, so at some point we will have to change that. And I will probably try to use one of those. I wish they had more stock options, because you get it in the game. Like, this one is similar to one of the stock ones, but it's not. I didn't build that one, did I? No, I didn't build this one. But you can't, they don't have a stock asset of this, at least on console, of course. PC, you can have whatever you want. There's all kinds of interchanges, but this one's crazy. Uh-oh. Forgot. Classic mistake. Did not run the pipes. Did not look and check on the new area. That's my mistake. Don't let it be yours. The traffic for this station is not nearly as bad, so that's good. And a little hint for the future, you can unlock cargo air terminals, airports, but that have a train line connected to them. I strongly recommend you only keep that airline rail as your intra-city. It's a rail line that is only in your city and not connected to the regional line, because you're already flying the planes in from out of town. You don't need to export from there also. That cuts down. But we'll save that real instruction for a much later date. Of course, we've got to get 65,000 people before we can unlock that. So that's a ways off. But I'm glad you're here with me today. Perhaps you're working on your own. That's just another thing to help you work with this traffic problem of your cargo terminal. In this district, look, we don't have any more problem with nobody's buying their industrial products, because we're shipping it out of town now. Oh, we've had a fire. Great. Right where we want it. So we're waiting on our disaster response unit to come in. Hopefully that doesn't. Oh, well, the attractiveness is down because it has burned. It's because we've got all these trees and we've got fire spread on. But we have a literal fire station right there. Right there. They could just walk over. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Can't fit that there. And last time, if you saw, it was a time and a half to try to get this to look like it's all on one plane. So, yeah, that stinks. It stinks. I mean, maybe I can... That's just a baby fire station. I mean, firehouse, so the center one should be bigger. So we'll just destroy that. Oh, are you kidding me now? Oh, because it's historic zone. Sorry. I did that myself. There we go. And so now that's in there. That's got a much bigger range. Look at how green the industrial area over there is. So that's great. We don't have any flammability there as much. So we don't even need to build another house, which I was thinking we might. We do need to have something over here, but I'm just going to build another station, because it'll connect to all that area. That whole new neighborhood, we don't have to... I just don't want to build that many right now. Maybe I'll go back later, because we do need... well, you do need 600 buildings to unlock Amsterdam Palace, and I haven't done that. And I think I have one save where I've literally just placed a metric ton of prisons and hospitals and whatever the cheapest park is, just to try to up that number. I haven't gotten the servicing services building, which is really funny, but you have to have 300 there. So if that's something you're after, please put down more firehouses. I just don't want to. It's your city. You can do what you want because you're the mayor. It's not a democracy. Going to leave that space for an office. Those single ones, of course, we're not going to leave those as low density. We are past the point of having low density single spots. Just doesn't work. We're trying to grow the city, so we cannot waste space. I mean, you know, obviously, I'm building a lot of low density residential, so that's not totally true, but my greater point is I'm not trying to waste a single spot, because then it would be like one household versus three, which adds up over time. Of course, we know this, right? And where's that group of three? That's not it. How am I missing this? Oh, I don't know. Never mind. I got Milli Vanilli stuck in my head. Put it on this new playlist on my Spotify that I'm designing for my work this summer. You know, construction. It's just nice to have good music playing. So, keeps me in the zone, man. So it's a lot of funk. And then blame it on the rain. You can blame it on the rain because the rain don't mind. Look it up if you don't know it. I'm telling you, it's a great one. That's not what I wanted. Maybe that's the three I was thinking about. Well, I didn't really mean to make this whole stretch commercial zone, but I'm not really mad about it. We'll vary some. Okay, fine. Yeah, office right in front of a park. That seems pretty classic. I envision maybe we'll put another wide street or avenue there. So that's why I made it the small house. Because it's really just a placeholder. I'm actually going to make all of these, since they're only 2 buys. Just because we do need some housing over here. I mean, 119 on the subway is nothing to sneeze at it at this rate, but we're just under 10%. I really try to get 10% of my population to be on the mass transit, bus, rail, what have you. Right now we're under that by almost 200 people. Some of that will increase with, once you consider the tourists, that counts for something too. I wish they combined them for you automatically, but anyway, we can do that quick math and say that we're just at 10%, but I really like 10% of my residents. I don't know how much of the population there is actual tourists. Population is 18,500, so no tourist involved there, because you can look in our demographic breakdown on the left. Does not have tourist lists, but it tells us how many tourists do come. So I'm just assuming that they're not included in that 18,000. So I'd really like 1,800 Sims taking public transit. And the way you do that is having more accessibility closer to where they live and where they're going to. And, you know, a less connected road map would probably make a difference also. Making the road making car route be much less speedy, convenient. How's our industrial area? We are 3 stars now. I have those alerts. It can give you an alert to tell you when it's leveled up, but I have those turned off because it always comes at inconvenient times. I'm trying to put everything that's going to get its own traffic coming to where it doesn't have to go through the cargo bay areas. Now we've unlocked large oil pumps, which get 80 barrels with 8 trucks, 64 with 5 trucks, 40 with 5. So it's probably better to have the large. They have a larger radius of pumpage, but as much as a small drilling rig. But again, it really all depends on the workers. We'll get the resources. It's going to come. We're 10,000 below, but we'll get there quickly enough. But we need 90 workers, so probably going to have to do another barrack. They're pretty full. They're not completely full, but we'll build another place. And there's a pump there. Okay, one to grow on, and we'll move back to whatever we were doing before, which was filling out this neighborhood. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me here. I'm Justin. This is the Ronly Conley stream. That's our only see only. Got it? Good. We've been learning in the moment today, which is always a good time. Like I've said before, I know a lot about this game, but there's even more that I'm learning every day, whether that be by playing or by visiting the City Skylines Reddit subreddit. Definitely worth your time if you're just starting out and have no idea what you're doing. But I'm glad you're here because you're in a good place for orienting yourself with my best practices in terms of how to limit traffic and grow your city in a more creative way than just rectangles. And as you can see, we've changed that up pretty successfully. I've even done new things with this city than I have on the ones I have done before. So you're really seeing me do some of this stuff for the first time. I'm doing it for the first time, never done it before. So I'm glad you're here with me to see that and learn with me. And hopefully have fun along the way. Isn't that sweet? Excuse me, I just had a coughing spell. And I didn't want to subject you to that, so you're welcome for that. Got the windows open. It feels like spring, but it also makes my throat itchy sometimes. Scratchy, I guess, is the better word. Itchy means an allergic reaction, typically. Although I am allergic to air, it's more what's in that air. And we created this entire office district, these super tall buildings. This is all brand new today. Everything below that tree-lined single avenue there, where that blue bus is going, we added that dual island subway terminal there and connected to the highway also. This is from scratch interchange, which actually I like quite a bit. the way that it used the angle. We also created this industrial area and the cargo transport zones, one out-of-town regional rail line and one intra-city line that goes from this industrial area to our industrial zone area with its own cargo terminal access. Oh, don't yell at me. Please pardon my cat. She wants to play now. She's been very quiet today. I can't give her too much of a hard time. She just sleeps all the time. And I will be leaving her soon. And we'll both be devastated to be apart. She's a very sweet girl. She's very small. She's a gray tabby, but she's got some brown on her belly. And she's got a mouth like a sailor, I tell you what. Alright, so we have unlocked School of Tourism and Travel, which I didn't know about. For our trade school, we could put it on. Please. It's incredibly rude. Thank you. Sorry. I'm sorry you had to hear me yell like that. So we could expand this and put it, more up against that. Which isn't the worst idea, to tell you the truth. Otherwise, we could go out here, move the education zone. I really don't want to destroy those houses and have to change the road and everything. So I am going to put her there. It's nice, and then people on the highway can go, "What they doing there?" Sorry, I hope that voice that I just did not scare you, frighten you in any way. I try to keep it low key, but sometimes things could get a little crazy. Well, cool. We've at least upgraded our community college. We got to get some students back. Some of that's because we destroyed the building and forgot about it because of the fire that happened. And they could just be aging out. Let's take a look. We've got just under 3,000 eligible. So we've really got to wait on all these people to go through the high school system. And you can see by the red that we have quite a bit of our new Sims still have not graduated. But 11,000 have, so we've got 7,000 that haven't. Obviously, that's not the best representation either, because our population does not take into account the people that graduated and have died already. Because they went through their full life cycle, not because they died prematurely. Just for the record, just to be clear. Thank you. Our oil field seems like it's plateaued on the low side, but that's also a lot of the same reason. Because we have not even run a bus. And I'm just going to go right here because they can take the other transit, the tram line or the metro, ride this bus, this express one, over to this. I'm going to put it on this side actually because then it could possibly take this other lane. Well, no, it won't. But I will expand this road. One more lane won't hurt. It's the biggest joke on the internet. In City Skylines world, that is. You add another lane, it does nothing. Does you no favors whatsoever. They still just pick one lane and go. But in theory, our bus line will hang to the right. In fact, now I will move it to this side so it most definitely does because it'll want to turn right there. In fact, they may go around the block, but they shouldn't, because they should follow. Look, they're in the middle lane. They go to the right lane. Beautiful, beautiful. So that's one problem addressed. Maybe not solved. We've created our industrial area. We did not connect this yet, but that will happen when we change that interchange. We'll expand in the next time, and hopefully that will be next Tuesday. But be sure to follow me on Instagram at RonelyConley, and follow me on Twitch so you'll know when I do go live. Those will be your best avenues for knowing my stream schedule. And it will be probably sporadically still, but I will continue to do it because it's fun, and I'm glad you're here. So next time we will build a new area over here, and I just mean like a neighborhood. I'll probably place some unique buildings there and build around maybe a transit station, that sort of stuff. We'll, of course, have to go around the lakefront properties. That could be fun. And probably run a rail transportation line. We don't have any train stations for passenger rail, so next time we will add passenger rail, and I imagine there will be a station in that square. Probably want to do one on this side of the city also. Maybe one downtown if we feel froggy enough, but definitely on the sides and connected to this industrial area, so we have more people that will be workers. And we're close. We're close. But we bought this new area over here today. We've done a lot of work. You should give yourself a pat on the back. We got a death problem here. I guess we should probably address first too. We've only got cemeteries, no crematoriums. We just unlocked crematoriums recently with the big city, 16,000 mark. Now we're on our way to becoming a grand city. So we could build a liberal arts campus. We're not going to do that yet. Got some more things. The train hubs. So we'll do that next time, like I said. Going to place some crematoriums right now, just so we don't have to next time. And I'd like to have some in this industrial area just because the idea of having a crematorium in a neighborhood is a little ghastly for me, but also you want them to be kind of close so that they can pick up the bodies faster. So, typically I like to put them beside cemeteries. You can move them. You can't move the cemeteries. We'll just stick it there. And look, you're hearing the buildings upgrade now because it's a new service they're connected with, where previously they were underserved. And, why not? Beside the school. So now we've got plenty of capacity for crematorium. You don't really ever have to worry about availability of crematoriums. What you do have to worry about is the number of trucks going out of each one. So let's just to see 8 hearses in use. So you only get 8 cars, and that becomes a problem when you have these death waves, as I was just talking about, life cycles. We've got a lot of adults, so we want to keep that birth rate going up. Look at our population kind of stagnated as we focused in other areas. And we built a lot of low density residential zones. So our next focus should be more high density. Maybe in that new area, we can go ahead and lay the infrastructure down, have it, and it can be a new developed area. We can also go over here, build more residential high density, since that makes sense. There's new jobs there. But over here, since it's connected to the university, that's a good idea. And we have so much open space. We can really plan the transportation options and get in the nitty-gritty. Do you want to get in the nitty-gritty? I sure hope so. Sure hope so. better hit that follow button so you'll know you'll be in the loop. I don't want you to be forgot about, because, you know, I want you to have that reliability you can count on. Just want to look at this. Look, we've really come a long way. Consider we started at the middle where our downtown area is. And look at us now. It's really something, and that's not even including our industrial area, of course. So the fact that we have a satellite location is really cool also. Tell you what, why don't we take a moment now, and we will kind of lay out this neighborhood. I know I want to keep that a straight line for now. Maybe not though, jeez. You see that? That's crazy. Incline. I didn't expect that at all. And I want a big roundabout. We don't have, I mean, we do have some roundabouts, but I think a roundabout here will be good, so then we can have an exit somewhere. So I'm going to go to the stock roundabouts. Right there, and that's a nice little shape with that cloverleaf interchange, but we can change the road type. It'll look kind of funky, but that's okay. I've always looked kind of funky. I'm going to curve that piece just a little bit. There we go. Come on. Oh, it's hideous. It's hideous. Oh no, I hate it. I hate it. Thanks. Okay. Just wanna change that. Oh, it's even worse. Oh, just can. All right, just don't look at it too hard. All right. And we can keep that. We can always upgrade to a 3-lane roundabout. Which we probably should over here. Probably should have from the get. But here we go. No harm. No foul. And we'll just do the same thing here. Oh, excuse me, I want to be in the... Well, I don't want the bike lane. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want the trees either. There we go. Sorry. Sorry. And I think we want the... at least the 4-lane there, right? Oh, not that. That's it. Great. Good work. So what can we put in the middle here? Hotel. Not quite. We could put it on the corner. That might be kind of neat. Yeah, you want to? Yeah, let's do it. Look at that. It's beautiful. So beautiful. You can see nothing. It's crazy. Got a P on it. That's all I got to say about that. Now, I want to put a little green space or something. The fountain of life and death. See, that's the thing about these roundabouts. They're just a little too small in that you can't just make the thing. You can't place these, even though they're courtyards, you can't just place them right in the middle. Which, hello, Flamin' Dog. I'm glad you're here. I wish you could just place these right in the middle, plop them down. Why does it have to be connected to road? I don't know. But, you know, that is what it is. We at least got something there for now. Maybe we could put a plaza. No, it's really just this road. That is very disappointing. But anyway, we will continue our mission of building high-density zones. Have experience on this game. I do have experience on this game. Why? You don't think I do? Been playing this stuff for like 15 years. Not this game specifically, but I know a thing or two, enough to know how to keep traffic from being a problem. It's really the big thing. Our community college is not getting students, and I'm not really sure why. Hopefully our education system picks up. Did not run water lines. Classic mistake. I'll do it every time. Just go ahead and do it when you build the road. That's what I always say, but never what I do. So there you go. Always with the power. Maybe I'll make it a square roundabout. But that would look kind of dumb also. I guess I could just make the one-way road a little wider. Now that the large road is in, but we'll save that for next time. We'll finish building out this. We'll finish building out this neighborhood. Place a train station, and it'll be our regional rail station, and we'll have a separate intra-city line also, like we did with this cargo rail line. We'll just do the same kind of separation, and that's to keep your trains from piling up. So the industrial area will keep expanding that next time, hopefully expanding our trade school and building more residential over here in our IT district. And of course, coming more out into these farmlands, maybe a farmland industry area, if we're feeling froggy. There we go. We've come a long way, I'm telling you. I'm proud of us. We could make another main road connect to that roundabout. That might be kind of fun, but we'll save that for even further down the line, I imagine, unless it has to do with transit. And of course, we'll get our waterfront property going. We could play a lot with that. A lot of unique buildings and park assets for waterfront property, and zoo assets, probably a nature reserve. That'd be cool. Of course, a nature reserve on the island would also be nice. But we'll save that for another day. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today on the Rollnly Conley stream. That's R only, C only. Got it? Good. I'm glad you're here. Be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already, so you'll be notified when I go live, which is pretty sporadically. It happens in the spur of the moment oftentimes. So do follow me and subscribe on YouTube. Also at Rollnly Conley. Find me on Instagram at R only, and visit my website, rollnlyconley.com. You can learn more about me as a person. And you can check out all the rest of my videos on my channels. I'm glad you're here. We'll see you next time. So long.